video is for students preparing for the Philharmonia audition for the Houston Youth Symphony's 2021-2022 season. Our excerpt this year for the audition comes from the third movement of Tchaikovsky's Sixth Symphony. Whenever I see an excerpt, especially a fast one, I never start practicing at full tempo. The first thing I do is check my key signature, start thinking through any fingerings I may want to put in, check out the dynamics, articulations, and when I start playing, I'll start at least at half tempo, if not slower. Half tempo for this excerpt would be quarter note equals 76. Let's go ahead and give it a try at half tempo, and then we'll point out some of the features that make this excerpt special. Start the beginning of this excerpt in second position so that I can avoid any awkward string crossings or extended fourth fingers that might be out of tune. We're piano and staccato, so I'll be right near the balance point and near the fingerboard, although not over, because I want to make sure I have a clear sound. On the D sharp, I shift to first position, or you might think of it as half position since my second finger is technically playing a D, although it is a D sharp. Open C, and I use my first finger for that D natural. On our next entrance, I shift back to second position, again to avoid an unnecessary string crossing. We could play this in first position as well, but that string crossing happens very fast in tempo, and my personal preference is that I'd rather play it on one string. Anytime you're choosing a fingering, you want to weigh the technical benefits of string crossing versus shifting for your own preference, as well as what musical character you're going for. The most important thing is that you choose a fingering that will be in tune and in time. Starting at the end of that second measure of our excerpt, we're in second position. And then I move to half position for the next section. Again, to facilitate that D sharp, making sure that I don't forget about it. After the long E in measure 84, I shift back to third position, and then back down to half position because I know exactly where those notes are now. Alternately, you could stay in third position and then shift to second position, back to first position on the B. Our scale will be on the string in the middle of the bow. Watch out for that half step between A sharp and B. I like to shift at the C at the beginning of measure 88. I use one for the G and the G sharp, and then I'm staying in third position for almost the rest of the line. This measure where the crescendo starts, I also notice that the dots disappear on my 16th notes. So I try to connect them to the quarter note that comes after. feel that you can play the excerpt at half tempo with all of the relevant details, and you're happy and comfortable with your fingering and where in the bow you want to play everything, then you can begin increasing the tempo. Increase slowly to make sure that you don't lose any of these details as you get faster. Let's check in at 3/4 tempo. That will be about 1/16. As you may notice, all of a sudden it feels a lot faster at this tempo, especially when we have those grace notes. One tip to help those grace notes speak, as you play it, if you lift your third finger with energy, or your second finger if you're playing this in a different position, or your fourth finger, if you lift the finger playing the grace note with energy and almost as if it's plucking the string, it helps both the grace note and the note after the grace note speak. If I do that without that little extra lift, you can tell it doesn't quite have the same energy. That was a good one. Let's keep it. Happy practicing and good luck on your audition.